Live via Skype and brought to you via YouTube. It's the hashtag Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, Turnbuckle Jim, and with me, the Jose Lothario to my Shawn Michaels.
Um, Fast count, Brian. Now, does that mean I have a heart attack?
No, that means that Sid Vicious rapes you.
Oh, wait, is that worse than Heidenreich and Michael Cole?
Actually, you know what? This is just giving me bad mental images. So anyway, folks, we're going to talk about Raw from this week, even though one of us, Brian, did not watch it. I had the misfortune of trying to watch it myself. And then we're going to go ahead and talk about WrestleMania 12.
Yes.
WrestleMania, I actually have never seen all the way through before. And then finalize, actually, we're going to talk a little bit about NXT in the meantime, too, because NXT is the shit.
I'd like to add that, generally, because I don't have cable, I watch it the next day,
Right.
Raw. So if Raw is completely terrible, I'm not going to waste my time on it.
It's actually a very good point. Yeah, actually, Hulu is probably the best way to watch it. Watching it live is just rough.
I saw people complaining that it was chopped down to 90 minutes. I'm like, consider yourself lucky.
Yeah, the 90 minutes they cut out is not good quality stuff. Like there's like 60 minutes of Raw. That's just rehashing the stuff that already happened the previous night.
Oh, I thought that was SmackDown.
That also is SmackDown too, but this is even worse. Anyway, so finalize the show. We're gonna do our top 5 effective celebrities in WrestleMania.
I mean, what's the criteria?
To me, I think probably the ones that were either most effectively used or had the most success at WrestleMania. To be honest, it is kind of a very dubious qualifier. Like, who was effective? Like, did they win a match? Okay, good. Were they used well? Good. That sort of thing. Did they actually add something to the overall product?
Okay, so let me ask you then. Did a certain Republican frontrunner make your list?
Yes, he did, but to be happy to know he's very low on the list.
Why couldn't he have been third in everything?
Well, I mean, you really... Well, we'll get to it in just a moment.
Yeah.
Because we'll talk about that in just a bit. But starting out with Raw, yeah, it sucked. It was a great start, great ending, everything in the middle, just terrible.
Let me get this straight, though. So, no Shane McMahon.
Right.
No Roman Reigns.
Nope.
Dean Ambrose just gets the crap beat out of him again.
Yeah, that's pretty much Dean Ambrose's MO at this point.
The Wyatts don't have a WrestleMania match.
Not yet.
And we're setting up for a Triple Threat Divas match.
I have no problems with that. That's actually good.
I mean, yeah, no, me either. And then Undertaker comes out for a minute, grabs McMahon, says your son's blood on your hands, not mine, and then he leaves. That's it.
Yeah, that was bullshit. So yeah, overall, I mean, I'm just gonna go ahead and grade it. Raw was a D- at best, only because the beginning and the end was great. And I think that's pretty much typical for many Raws for the last few years. It's been the beginning is great, ending's great, everything in the middle just been pretty much garbage.
Well, I mean, like, how many WrestleMania matches do we have currently? Like, that's actually official.
I believe we have 3 right now.
Well, it's Reigns, Triple H, right. Ambrose, Lesnar, right. And
Shane McMahon versus Undertaker.
Yeah, Shane and the Undertaker.
That's all we have. So they'll probably add another 5 matches, but God, I hope they aren't like rushed booking. Like, oh, we're suddenly in a feud together, or we're just gonna have a match just to have a match.
Well, the problem is, like, you're 5-6 weeks away.
Yeah, we have some time.
Yeah, but they should start building it up now.
Yeah.
Like, especially with like Kevin Owens, because I mean, I don't know if he's wrestling Sami Zayn, Big Show, like Ziggler. I don't know what's going on with that.
I have no idea either. To be one, I'm confused what exactly they're trying to do with the booking of the mid card. I mean, Jericho and AJ Styles are hanging out. They're doing something. A New Day is, I don't know. They're being heels or faces now, or good guys, bad guys. It's hard to tell.
Do you like that AJ and Jericho are a tag team?
As long as it isn't lasting more than a couple months, I'll be happy.
Y2AJ. See, that's the thing, because like I don't know how long Jericho's going to be there, but there's no way they win the tag belts, because like he's not going to be there that much longer after Mania.
Well, Jericho? Yeah, probably not. You'd probably be there for a cup of coffee. They may win the tag team belts, they'll lose them soon enough, and then that's it.
I mean, but what I'm saying is like, are you okay with the push he's getting instead of, let's say, him fighting Kevin Owens or Ziggler or even Jericho in a singles match?
Are you talking about Chris Jericho or AJ Styles?
AJ Styles.
Him as a tag team, I don't know. I think that the way they want to progress him, and probably the best way for them to do that right now, start him up slow, make him very well known to everybody. Give him the undercard belts. Give him a tag team title. Have him in the main event within a year or something like that. It's I'm not okay. I'm okay with him like so early on. I mean, granted, he's been in the WWE for less than 2 months at this point.
Yeah.
So, I mean, honestly, you kind of have the TV rush versus the real life rush to have him be successful and do much of cool matches. Give it time, will happen eventually.
Well, okay, let's look at it this way. You remember when like Benoit, like Guerrero, Malenko, and Saturn all came in?
Mm-hmm.
This is like after the Rumble, and Benoit was like an Intercontinental Champion after WrestleMania.
Yeah, it was pretty quick. But then again, he was the world champion in WCW though when he left. So
yeah, for 24 hours.
I thought it was more like for a minute there. He's just like, nope, I'm done with this company.
Okay, that's true. He kind of quit that night, but
yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying like okay, and I guess with Fandango and Big E having their debut matches at Mania, I don't know. I just feel like with as many people that are injured as there is, you could utilize the guys they have a lot better.
They really could. They could be doing a lot more with what the talent that they have, but unfortunately, for whatever reason, they're just not doing it. I honestly don't know what is up with their booking these days. I think it's just it's frustrating to us as fans because there's stuff we want to do, but the problem is that the higher ups in the WWE don't want to do the kind of booking that we want to have. A bunch of guys being involved in angles and building towards Mania. And I honestly don't know like where the Wyatts are at. They lose their match at a pay-per-view to like freaking Ryback, Big Show, and Kane. I mean, it's just I am just perplexed in terms of what the hell they're thinking.
Well, and the thing is, they only won the match the next night because Ryback set up his heel turn.
Yeah. They're really just wasting those guys. I don't know what the heck are they doing? Like they have one plan in mind and they change it afterwards.
I saw that story where it said like they were getting punished for the storyline leaks or something. Like it's their fault.
Yeah.
But if they've given up on the Wyatts, no, that's pretty disappointing.
That's very disappointing because those guys really, are probably some of the best faction right now.
See, and I don't know if they expect people to pick up on these things, but think about the Rumble match itself and the build-up with the whole Lesnar thing and how he even sold for Braun Strowman,
Yeah.
And then Strowman gets thrown around by Big Show and Kane. He looks incredibly weak now, which then I think would make Lesnar look weak for how he sold for Strowman in the first place.
Yep.
But still, he's that unstoppable beast that's going to kick Ambrose ass? I mean...
I honestly don't know. I do not know what they're thinking up there in what used to be the Titan Towers. I don't know what it's called anymore.
Well, okay, so that thing you posted, is that a real thing, like Roadblock?
Oh yeah, they're doing Roadblock. I believe it's the 12th of March, which is
Saturday.
Oh my goodness, I probably put more information before. But yeah, the main event of that is going to be Dean Ambrose versus Triple H. So they're kind of doing like an event on the network before WrestleMania. I guess it's kind of like their Saturday night main event kind of feel to it, where it's like big matches, but not really a lot of consequence. Like it's gonna be skippable if you don't need to watch it.
Is this fan appeasement, or like, hey, Dean Ambrose is getting a title shot?
There could be a lot of to that actually. I like Dean Ambrose. I would like to see him having a title. Well, actually, he's got title shots, but actually have the belt. But I really doubt they're going to do a change there at that point.
Okay, what would be more likely to happen? A Roman Reigns heel turn or a Dean Ambrose heel turn?
More likely?
Yeah.
It's hard to say. I'm gonna go with Roman Reigns heel turn.
See, I think it's the other way, just because, we've been waiting for, 10 years for a Cena heel turn? It's sort of like Cena, hands the keys over to Roman and says, it's your turn to take it now. You are going to go 10 years without ever turning heel. Get ready. But yes, speaking of get ready, what about NXT, right?
What about NXT? Yeah, this week actually had the main event was probably one of the best matches I've seen in a while. Well, since AJ versus Jericho, but what's Neville?
Neville and
Neville versus Finn Balor.
Yeah, non-title, of course.
Non-title. It was a non-title match, but Finn Balor ended up winning anyway because NXT guys always beat guys who are coming back to NXT. But still, great match though. I mean, it was definitely a lot of fun. Really enjoyed the match. Face versus face, but hey, it was a good.
Any reason why Neville went back?
I think sometimes they just want to let's do a match for fun. Let's build up this new guy we have, even if he is the champion. So, I think it's just pretty much just for funsies.
Now, wait, so who's the number one contenders? Is Samoa Joe or?
Well, obviously, I've been watching the last few weeks. The last match they had was between Actually, it was a triple threat match between Baron Corbin, Samoa Joe, and Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn and Samoa Joe both had submission moves on Baron Corbin. Corbin tapped out, but they had to do a rematch with a couple weeks after that, and they pretty much both pinned each other at the same time. So now they're going to do one final match for the number one contendership.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean it's been very fun watching it. I definitely have been enjoying the product. And of course this week Austin Aries.
That's correct, sir.
Debuted and just immediately gets jumped by freaking Baron Corbin. So
yeah. The thing is, Austin Aries is an asshole. He's a straight up, his character is that he's better when he's just a jerk.
Yeah.
So if you make him a good guy, I don't know how long it's gonna last. So him getting jumped by Baron Corbin didn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
Well, I think they really debut a lot of new guys as faces. They really haven't debuted. I mean, female performers like Nia Jax, obvious heel. Dana Brooke, obvious heel. But all the new the big stars have been debuting pretty much as faces for the last year or so. Except for even Kevin Owens showed up hey, I'm Sami Zayn's friend, and then heel turn the same night. So I mean everybody pretty much has been showing up as a face just to get. I guess there's a whole kind of honeymoon feel. You know what I mean?
Wait. Oh yeah, hold on. Yes, didn't Kevin Owens debut on the night Sami Zayn beat Neville?
He did.
Okay.
He debuted as a face, and then at the end of the night he turned heel.
Oh yeah, during the celebration.
After the celebration, he comes out and he powerbombs him. Yeah.
Now, how aware are you of Austin Aries' work?
I checked out his bio. I know he was the TNA World Heavyweight Championship champion. I think he's at other titles as well. I think my brief 3 months I watched TNA, he was not in the company at the time.
Yeah, the one he was fantastic. He was a great heel. The dude can work. He was X Division champ too, and he was I don't think they've ever done it since, but he was the only guy to he took the X Division title, handed it to Hogan and cashed it in for a title match, and then won the heavyweight title from I think it was Jeff Hardy that or Bobby Roode, but even still, that's one thing WWE hasn't done, and I think they would benefit from doing that.
They probably would, just having the undercard title you can cash it into for a title shot.
Yeah, Kevin Owens goes to the Authority right now, or later on when Roman gets the belt back, and be like, I want a shot at Roman, I'm giving this up, let me go after Roman. They're like, okay.
Oh, interesting. Anyway, so that was the big news from NXT this week. And always, after watching 3 hours of Raw, it's 1 hour of pure wrestling bliss. It's just so much better. I really wish that they would do more. But actually, you know what? An hour is about as much as you need.
Yeah, agreed. I still think they're gonna have an NXT match on WrestleMania.
I really hope they do, but I mean, it's their own thing. They're doing it. Their show April 1st. So
Okay, how about this? Over under how many NXT people are gonna be in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal?
3.
Let's say 5.
See 5? That many?
Sure, you can get Baron Corbin out there at least.
Yeah, he'd probably be pretty destructive, but we'll see.
All right.
Anyway, so this week's retro pay-per-view is WrestleMania 12 from 1996.
20 years ago, sir.
Oh my goodness, the time has flown. And you know, it's kind of, I mean, honestly, it's probably like one of the better WrestleManias of this era.
I
Well,
don't know.
between WrestleMania, like say WrestleMania 8 to WrestleMania 13.
Okay,
Well,
fine.
actually, you know what? Well, this was like again,
WrestleMania
it was like
10.
4.
WrestleMania 10 was the best in that.
Yeah, 10 was the best, but this is like the second best out of that era, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, so let's go match by match. And we're gonna skip the whole like free for all thing because I didn't watch that. Did you? I don't know if you can even watch it on their network.
No, I don't think they make that available.
Yeah, too bad. Anyway, so we start up the first match, which is Camp Cornette, Vader, Owen Hart, and the British Bulldog defeated the team of Ahmed Johnson, Jake the Snake Roberts, and Yokozuna.
Did you notice? Like, I think there was something going on with like Vader's music hitting at the wrong time because you saw Vince go like, "What the fuck?" Like, did you just see him like the way his face like went off when Vader's music hit? Like, this wasn't supposed to happen. Now I'm still talking. Damn it.
No, I think I completely missed that.
Oh, it was so funny.
Yeah, you watched it in a lot better. What's the word I'm looking for here? The detail than I do.
Well, I mean, I just noticed it. It's like, it's WrestleMania. You know,
Oh, God. Yeah, actually, one thing I do got to mention, and this is just going to start out. Vince McMahon is probably probably the worst play-by-play guys ever.
more so than like Mike Adamle, if you remember him.
Not.
He said Jeff Harvey.
Yeah, okay, not as bad as that, but man, he's like Tony Schiavone bad.
See, I like Schiavone. I can't do that.
Really, you like Schiavone?
I do. He's not Don West bad. You know, like.
Oh man, you wouldn't like Don West?
Well, yeah, when he's selling baseball cards, yeah, but no, Schiavone, I could handle. You know, not. I mean, him saying every match is the best match ever. No, I'm good. But as far as McMahon goes, he's like. It's like 1, 2, 3. Oh no! Whoops! I meant two. You know, like he was a god awful announcer, and Jerry Lawler did his best, but
yeah, it was definitely not the best commentary for WrestleMania. He was, I don't know like what voice you want to put on, but like one thing that kind of surprised me too, like the guy owns the company, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you own a professional wrestling company, would you be the one out there calling the matches too?
Dude, I don't know, because I know like he was doing that when his dad owned the company.
Yeah.
But
so he thinks he can do that in a high level.
Well, I mean, Bischoff was doing it before he went and joined the NWO. So
yeah, but Bischoff has, I don't know. We were really getting kind of sidetracked here. But anyway, this is the match of like pretty much bruisers versus bruisers for the most part. Vader and Yokozuna just bumping stomachs or something like that.
And the whole thing came around because Yokozuna came back from Fat Camp and apparently was heavier than he was before, but Cornette turned on him and started managing Vader instead.
Yeah.
And Vader got off to a really good start because he like attacked Monsoon and got a lot of like quote unquote heat for it. But this is around that whole time where WCW was kicking their butt to the point where they brought Vader in, they brought Jake Roberts in, they brought Ultimate Warrior back, you know, and Jake looks so damn old in that match.
He really, I mean, he's definitely well past his prime. I mean, he's definitely, the 90s were not kind to Jake the Snake Roberts, unfortunately. Very, very sad. Um, would you like to guess his age during this match?
38?
Go a bit higher.
39.
A little bit higher.
42.
A little bit lower. 41.
Really?
Yeah. So he's, I mean, I guess by today, I mean, by today's standards, but considering that Chris Jericho is 46,
Yeah.
so I mean, he's just kind of putting this guy to shame. Then again, Chris Jericho's probably taking like better care than his body than Jake the Snake ever Roberts ever did.
So, wait. No way. Like, Jake was like 60-something? No, 40-something during the match.
Yeah.
Good lord.
Yep. Yeah, he doesn't look good. Next up we have Hollywood Backlot Brawl with Roddy Piper defeated Goldust. And actually, defeated is kind of a ambiguous term. I mean, really, he just kind of stripped off his clothes eventually in the ring after all sorts of shenanigans. And
Could you describe the shenanigans?
well, the shenanigans pretty much started off with Goldust trying to run over Piper in the parking lot, and then they brawled. Actually, the brawling was kind of cool. This is like the best part of the segment. And then Goldust drove off in his gold car. I forget what kind of car it was. Being followed by a white Bronco driven by Piper. So, yeah, it was.
Dude.
Yeah, we'll just say the shenanigans seemed a lot like 1994 shenanigans involving another white Bronco.
Oh, you mean O.J. Simpson shenanigans?
Yeah, they used the O.J. Simpson chase footage for this. I mean, come on, WWF, what the hell?
I did like Goldust Gold Car. I did like the Piper using the fire hose and beating up the car with the baseball bat.
Yeah, that would mean that it was actually felt like a really like the brawling itself was pretty good. I have no problems with that. The whole car chase throughout the entire night, that was dumb.
Yeah, it's weird, man, because I know Piper was the commissioner at the time, but he just seemed so out of place.
Yeah, like his time had passed, really.
I also think he's the only guy that but competed at WrestleMania and then headlined a Starrcade in the same year.
Wow, we gotta look up that trivia, but I think you are correct.
I mean, I know Luger was at Mania, but he didn't headline Starrcade 95.
True. Good point.
So yeah, how about that? Yeah.
Anyway, next up we have the $1 Million Champion, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Holy crap, I did not see this part of his career.
You didn't like the Ringmaster gimmick?
It was. He's got a good look to him at this point. Like he's definitely he's like the same as the Stone Cold. When he was introduced as Stone Cold Steve Austin, but yeah, the whole like his persona didn't really take off until Austin 316 came out.
Well, you mean the fact that his music was bad? DiBiase was his manager. You could see that he didn't completely shave his head at the time. You could still see where he had like his ECW haircut going on. But even still, I forgot that Savio Vega was that people cared about him. I thought, but dude, when his music hit, the crowd was dead silent.
Yeah, actually, I was surprised by this match. I forgot how good Steve Austin is in the ring, especially with a guy like Savio Vega, who's got a completely different style. So this match actually was pretty decent, I think, for what it was, but it didn't really feel like there was really a lot of heat between these two guys.
Well, again, Austin's character hadn't kicked off. Savio Vega was god awful.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't look at Steve Austin and say, I think he's gonna beat Bret. He's gonna lose to Bret Hart next year. No.
No clue.
Nope.
Anyway, next up, probably the quickest match of the night. The Ultimate Warrior defeated Hunter Hearst Helmsley, coming out with Sable in 1 minute 39 seconds.
As much as I've always hated Triple H, because I always think he likes to bury talent, I really enjoy this match. It's just one of those things where, he does the pedigree, and Warrior just gets right back up, does a couple dances, and then just that's it. His entrance was longer than the match.
It really was. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Ultimate Warrior showed up for a cup of coffee at this point in the WWE.
He was there through SummerSlam, I think.
Was he there for SummerSlam?
I think so. I think he fought Jerry. No. I think crap. I know he fought Lawler at King of the Ring, but I know he had something. I thought he. I don't know when he left. I just know. Damn it! Now I gotta look it up.
Yeah, because honestly,
Yeah,
yeah.
but as far as the match goes, it was terrible. I did enjoy Triple H losing, except for if you watch Self Destruction of the Warrior, the only burial DVD they ever did, by the way.
Yeah.
He called Warrior unprofessional. I was like, you're one to talk, sir. But let me see what we got here. Da da da. Came back in '96. Let's see. Da 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 da. Let's see. Squashed him. He wrestled Goldust at In Your House. Let's see. He beat Lawler at King of the Ring. Let's see. In July that he was suspended, and then he was gone shortly after. So he never actually made it to SummerSlam.
Wow.
He was actually supposed to be in like a tag match or something with Shawn Michaels against like Vader and Psycho Sid or something like that.
You're right.
Screw him.
Yeah. Anyway.
I mean, rest in peace, but
May he rest in peace. Oh my goodness. I kind of forgot he died. Anyway, so next up we have The Undertaker, continuing his streak of 21. He defeated Diesel in 16 minutes 46 seconds, and pretty much Clash of the Titans right here.
Wait, hold on. He would be. You mean his streak of 4-0 at the time?
Well, is it 4-0 at this point? Only 4-0?
Well, yeah, 7, 8, 9, and 11. So yeah, 4-0.
Yeah.
I think so it's Snuka, Jake, Giant Gonzalez, and King Kong Bundy.
Yep. So 4 guys. Yep. So this is number 5.
Surprisingly good match.
Yeah. For what it was, 2 really big guys. Going at it. Both these guys are former champions. Of course, Undertaker, he's kind of ending the cycle of fighting like another big guys and going to fight smaller guys with Mankind pretty soon. So, yeah, I liked it. I didn't think it was too bad.
Well, more than that, it's like his first actual legit WrestleMania opponent, I think. I mean, no disrespect to Bundy or, Jake or Snuka, but Diesel just came off a year-long WWF title run,
True.
you know?
Yeah, I mean, there's actually a person who felt like he could actually beat him.
And I mean, I don't know if people knew that Diesel was leaving soon, but it kind of felt that way.
Yeah. I didn't watch it this time, so
Well,
I can kind of see that.
The only thing I remember is he wrestled In Your House at the next month, lost to Shawn Michaels, and then he went to Nitro like a week later.
Well, yeah, because he debuts in May.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe like a month or two.
Yeah, so. Anyway, so we come to the big main event. Probably, I think, honestly, this is the longest WrestleMania match of all time.
Oh, I would hope so.
I would hope so too. Anyway, the 1 hour plus Iron Man match for the WWF World Heavyweight Championship. Shawn Michaels defeated Bret Hart in sudden death overtime.
See, here's the thing. There are certain matches like I just can't watch.
Yeah.
Because you just know. Like, for one thing, an hour is just impossible.
An hour is a very long time to watch a wrestling match, yes.
And even more than that, I'm a huge Bret Hart fan. Always have, always will be. And considering the stuff that went down between him and Shawn, I didn't want to watch the ending because I was like, well, screw HBK. And I kind of still feel that way. But, I mean, it was definitely Shawn's time. I just don't know that it was done the right way. I don't know.
It's kind of hard to say. I mean, this is also the first time they've done face versus face in a main event for us for the belt even at WrestleMania. So that was also kind of weird too. Like he wasn't like Bret Hart did not feel like a heel at the time, but he was kind of doing some heelish actions, acting kind of selfish. I do feel that this match did feel like a gig. Honestly, everything that happened in Bret Hart's career feel like somebody or something was trying to screw Bret Hart.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't. I guess I really don't have any problems with Shawn winning.
Yeah.
I just don't like that he beat Bret to do it.
True. Yeah, that definitely. I think having that kind of match where against faces versus face, Shawn beating Bret and the way he did it too, I think probably created a lot of animosity between both of them.
Yeah, but then Bret left, and then it really didn't leave Shawn with a whole lot of options of people to fight against.
Yeah, he didn't have many. Like, what was the next one? It was
Diesel.
Diesel. Yeah, and then after that, it was like.
Well, he fought Vader at
Yeah,
SummerSlam.
he did.
I think there was like there's a Mankind match
There
slipped
was
in
a
there somewhere.
Mankind match, and he eventually lost it to Psycho Sid. But it just kind of shows, man, their main event was seriously weak at that point.
Well, WCW's wasn't too much better.
No, but I mean, at least had like older guys, I guess. I don't know, they're pretty old as it is. But the match itself, I thought it was really good, and I thought it was actually probably the best match of the '90s. What do you think?
Well, yeah, definitely. But let me ask you something. Yeah, I don't know if you saw the other ones, like the Triple H Rock one, or I know the Angle Lesnar one. But is there something to be said for going 60 minutes without a pin, or do you like the multiple pins?
I think doing like a face versus face kind of Iron Man match that they're doing right here, it works well for the story they're telling because both guys being evenly matched and they have one person over another one. I don't think it would have worked as well. But yeah, but then also you kind of get bored too because oh my goodness, there's no pins. And towards the end, you do kind of get like a bit more tension. So yeah, it does work for them. It doesn't work for them. I think afterwards they kind of learned. You know, I think this is the only Iron Man match they've done that's just been an hour long, right?
No, they did the Rock Triple H one. I think it was like Judgment Day 2000 or back late Judgment Day, yeah. Because those were Undertaker debuted as American Badass.
Yeah, that was an hour long. Let me just double check that here.
Yeah.
No, actually, it wasn't the only one they've done. Holy crap, they've done a few more than I thought they did. Okay, so the next one they did was Triple H versus Rock, which was an hour long at Judgment Day.
What then Angle Lesnar was an hour.
And that was Angle Lesnar versus. I was also an hour at SmackDown. Holy crap, the entire show.
Didn't they do Taker in one of those? No, Taker.
No, they did Benoit versus Triple H.
For an hour?
For an hour on Raw, yeah.
Really?
Yep. Raw, July 26, 2004.
Okay, what about Shawn and John Cena?
Shawn and John Cena. Well, there was no Shawn and John Cena match, but there was John Cena versus Randy Orton Iron Man match for bragging rights.
No, but they had like an Iron Man match on Raw, I thought, or was it like 2 out of 3 falls?
You're totally
like
confusing it. Yeah, they're probably doing 2 out of 3 falls. I mean, there was Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels Iron Man match in Raw.
Yeah, but I swear, like they kept building it as Michael Cena 3 or something like that, and making a big stink about it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's alright.
Yeah. Anyway, so what would you give the pay-per-view overall?
Yeah, B minus.
B minus. The undercard I think was really weak. There's no tag team belts on the main card. There was no IC championship match. Like the few matches, yeah, I feel pretty weak. I would agree with your sentiment. I mean, if it wasn't for the main event, this would have been a really bad show. So, well, I mean, it would have been a very underwhelming show.
Now, do you know who was the IC champ and the tag champs at the time?
Well, I see here, I mean, obviously on Wikipedia they have the tag team champs being the Bonnie Donas winning it.
Skip and Zip.
Zip and Zip, a.k.a. Chris Candido and some other guy. Tom Pritchard, holy crap. IC champion, I'm going to guess it was probably Razor Ramon or the 1-2-3 Kid.
I think it was Goldust.
Was it Goldust?
I'm pretty sure because he beat Razor at Royal Rumble.
Because that's gonna bug me now. But yeah, I was gonna notice there's no Razor, there's no 1-2-3 Kid. It's just kind of weird that there's missing certain people you would expect to be in the card, you know.
Yeah, I think Razor had already left for WCW.
No, Razor didn't show up until the same time that Kevin Nash showed up a week beforehand. Okay, so the champion, as of what day was this?
March something?
Oh goodness, I gotta go back and check a couple times. Okay, March 31st. As of that time, it was actually, yeah, it was been Goldust, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're kind of correct, I guess. I don't know, it's kind of weird. It's vacated and.
I think because he was feuding with Ahmed Johnson or something.
Yeah, Ahmed Johnson beat him for it in June.
There we go.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, no IC champion match on the card. I guess because he was fighting with Piper, but still, just kind of weird. Anyway, so we do our last segment, the top 5 most effective celebrity cameos, or should I say celebrity appearances at WWE.
Well, would you like to go first there?
Sure, I can go first. Why not? So my number 5. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Donald Trump.
You son of a bitch.
I know. I mean, honestly, just looking at the number, I honestly hate the guy's guts, but he did win the Battle of the Billionaires, shaved Vince McMahon's head.
Well, of course he was going to win.
He hosted the damn thing twice in a row.
That made no sense.
Well, I mean, he pretty much paid a lot of money to have it hosted at his place. Plus, he made a couple other appearances too. So, I hate to say it, but yeah, he is my number 5.
I mean, I just think he's a piece of shit. But no, that's not the point.
The man's human garbage. But then
Yeah,
again,
no.
we're watching professional wrestling. Like, a lot of these guys are human garbage.
Yeah, I did like the build up for the match with Lashley and Umaga.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll say that much. But isn't Donald Trump in the WWE Hall of Fame?
He is, and for whatever reason, they will not take him out because they don't want to talk about politics or some crap like that.
Well, I mean, they'll keep Sonny in. You got to keep Trump in. But I mean, I get it. I mean, yeah, he did host, which boggles the mind, like back-to-back Manias like
Yeah,
that.
I mean, I think he pretty much had a pretty nice deal. I think at that point to do Mania twice at his place.
Well, I just don't think Mania was up to the where it is now. Like, there's no way that, like, let's say San Francisco had it last year.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way they would have it 2 years in a row.
Probably not, but I mean, now it's become such a big show that they.
They just put it up to the highest bidder, right?
They pretty much do. I mean, it apparently generates a ton of money for these cities with everybody showing up for it. So.
But yeah, I mean, political stuff aside, I get like his role at Mania, so it works.
Yeah, I mean, granted the guy is human garbage, but then again, lots of these guys are human garbage. That's the whole Attitude Era was based off of.
Indeed.
Yeah. Anyway, so what's your number 5?
Ooh. See, it's tough, man. There's definitely a lot to choose from. I'm kind of biased. The Miller Lite Catfight Girls. I'm kidding. Oh man, like I'd have to go Morton Downey Jr.
Morton Downey Jr. Really? Wow.
Yeah. Do you remember that? Like
that was very classic with Roddy Piper getting a fire extinguisher and blowing it right in his face.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty fun. I mean, granted, there's no way that plays today because no one knows who the hell he was.
No,
but...
everybody forgets the hell out of that guy. I mean, he was probably even before my time. So.
Wasn't he Robert Downey's dad, or?
No.
Well, they have the same name, man.
No, just because they have the same last name does that mean they're related?
Yeah, I mean, but I don't know. But I still thought his presence was pretty cool, and definitely when they brought Piper back, that was a good way to get Piper back in with the fans again. Yeah. I think that was Piper's Pit, too.
It was Piper's Pit, yeah.
Which I think they did twice at WrestleMania. Because they did the one with Stone Cold and Carlito.
Maybe they did. I don't remember that one at all.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you didn't miss much.
Anyway, so my number 4?
Yeah.
Okay. There's going to be a bit of a kind of a theme here you recognize. But my number 4, I'm going to go with celebrity guest referee Muhammad Ali, WrestleMania 1.
Well, alright.
Well, I mean, just because, honestly, the whole celebrities with the wrestlers, made it a big show, and having legitimacy, like having Muhammad Ali show up and being the guest referee for the match, definitely cemented the whole image of celebrity and wrestling together.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's pretty spot on.
I mean, granted, he probably did not know where he was at the time, but still,
I don't think most of them did.
probably not. No.
No. I kind of think a good tie, as far as my next one would be, the WrestleMania 7 crew. It was like Regis Philbin,
Right.
Alex Trebek, and
Yep.
I think ex-wife number 3 or 4 for Trump, Marla Maples.
I do remember that. Yeah, they actually had her. Was she a mistress or a ex-wife?
I think she was an ex-wife.
Wow, we gotta look that up again. That was actually a good, like Alex Trebek. I mean, honestly, class act.
Yeah, but then you remember like they had like those continuous interviews in a row where like Jake Roberts was talking to Trebek and the snake scared him off, or Regis was interviewing Demolition with Fuji,
Yeah.
or I think Undertaker was talking to Regis and they were doing measurements on him at the same time for a body bag.
Yeah, I guess having those kind of entertainers show up and do their shtick with the wrestlers, it's different and it makes it pretty fun. But yeah, I would say that's definitely a good crew for.
And then, if I'm not mistaken, Alex Trebek was the ring announcer for the main event, and then Regis did play-by-play with Heenan and Gorilla.
Trying to remember. Did he do the actual play during the main event itself?
Yeah, like Regis was calling the Hogan Slaughter match.
Yeah, I gotta go back and watch that again. Totally forgetting that. Anyway, so Muhammad Ali was to WrestleMania 1. This guy was to WrestleMania in the Attitude Era. WrestleMania 14, would you agree that's the first like kind of fully Attitude Era WrestleMania?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, they pretty much had turned the corner saying, this is our product now. We're going to be a lot more abrasive, in your face, just downright scandalous.
Yeah, it has to, because WrestleMania 15 was like the apex of the
Right.
Attitude Era. Yeah.
So anyway, who else would they get to be the special, I guess, ring enforcer for it, but Mike Tyson?
He was a really good choice.
Yeah, honestly, like, because he really, he got out of prison, he bit off Holyfield's ear. I mean, granted, I think the guy today is a much better person than he was, back in the '90s. But he actually, would you agree or disagree that he was having tons of fun doing what he was doing?
Well, dude, he got paid so much money to just do nothing but crotch chops. I mean, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. And of course taking a bunch of shots. But anyway, my number 3, Mike Tyson.
I like it.
Yeah.
I do, but I kind of have to go. I kind of think I have to one up that slightly. Pete Rose, sir.
Pete Rose. He almost made my list. What's your argument for Pete Rose?
Just for the fact that when he came out at 14, he was like shit talking Boston about not winning the World Series, about Bill Buckner, and then Kane comes out and just gives him a tombstone, and then he does the same thing the next year, and then the next year Pete comes out as like the San Diego Chicken and tries to hit him with a bat, and then he gets tombstoned again.
Yes, those were great appearances, but again, Pete Rose also that kind of same. I wouldn't say the exact same, but almost kind of disgraced athlete like Mike Tyson was at the time.
Indeed.
Yeah. Well, for my number 2, I got to go with a guy who, like Muhammad Ali, took his celebrity status and brought it to WrestleMania, and again cemented the whole wrestling and celebrity marriage that we unfortunately see today sometimes. But I'm going with Mr. T.
You should take this time to say something about your mom. Because...
I love my mom. She's a great woman. And also Mr. T pitted you, fool.
Yeah. Man, I just can't get it. Every time I think of him, it's this freaking Hall of Fame speech. It's so bad.
I love the fact they went back and remixed the damn thing. That was great.
They did?
They did for Mother's Day. Did you see the video?
No.
Oh, it is awesome. You should check it out. I mean, it's just like I think they did it at Mother's Day that year, which is 2014. But like, Mr. T would like to wish Happy Mother's Day to all the women out there, and they just went like on and on and on. It was great.
So, I mean, granted, I mean, the fact that Mr. T was at WrestleMania 1 in the main event,
Yep.
then WrestleMania 2, he had a boxing match with Piper.
Yep.
Now, I don't know if you saw that, but Hogan and Mr. T actually did host Saturday Night Live together.
Did they that same year?
Oh, no, like 1984. But
Okay. That's interesting. I never. I wonder if that's actually worth going back and watching.
I don't know if you can find it.
I'm pretty sure we have the internet, man. Come on, if it's recorded somewhere, you can find it.
I just know that the years that Lorne Michaels wasn't there, they don't really exist anymore. But that's
Really?
Yeah, it's hard to find it. You can find Robert Downey Jr.'s garbage, but you can't
Yeah.
find Mr. T and Hogan.
Huh.
No, dude, it's a great choice. I mean, I don't pity that choice at all.
No.
No, it's very, very good.
Yep.
I don't know if you were gonna go with this one. I was gonna Floyd Mayweather.
Ooh, man, I did not watch his match, but I did see the aftermath of that, and wow, talk about somebody who got paid a lot to just kind of beat up the Big Show.
Dude, how much did they pay him? Like $10 million?
I don't think it was that high, but I think it was quite a bit.
I think it was pretty good chunk of change, man.
Yeah.
I mean, how much did Tyson get for
I think
WrestleMania?
at least $1 million.
See, that's what got me, because again, not to ramble, Vince said, "I can't pay you, Bret Hart," and then he gives Tyson a crap ton of money. You know, just admit you want to get rid of Bret. It's fine. But no, as far as Mayweather goes, dude, like he brought Big Show back, like broke his nose to set up the rivalry, and then I mean, obviously you knew he was gonna win, but just the shots that he was getting in on Big Show were like, holy crap! It's worth watching, actually. It's actually pretty entertaining.
Ooh, should check it out sometime then. Well, anyway, so my number one.
Yeah.
Also, kind of going with this theme here. So, imagine you're invited to WrestleMania to compete in a match, right?
Yeah.
However, this is like an honest to goodness. I think this is the only time they've ever really done this at WrestleMania, except maybe the Super Bowl wrestling match. Honest to God, shoot fight. So we're not going with like the most effective in terms of use, but more as like your experience and time at WrestleMania was the most effective, and or you were the most successful, I should say. I'm gonna go with number one, Butterbean.
Really?
Yeah.
I never really cared for him as a celebrity.
Well, I mean, the fact that he goes in there, I mean, granted, we're probably going I'm going more successful than being effective, but he goes in there and beats that shit out of Bart Gunn. Which was I mean, just the whole idea, the brothel was a terrible idea, but the fact that they wanted to use it for WrestleMania is even worse. I mean, you've seen this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets knocked out in like, what, 30 seconds?
If not sooner.
Yeah, it's pretty sad, actually. But yeah, I mean, just going to a WrestleMania and beating the crap out of a wrestler, legitimately beating the crap out of a wrestler.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know. I thought the Brawl for All was complete crap.
Oh yeah, it was complete crap. I mean, it was complete crap. But at least you get, honestly, in terms of what he was doing, he was the most effective use.
Get a little satisfaction and seeing Butterbean just knock the living hell out of Bart Gunn. I like it.
Yep.
A little surprising for number one, though, but I like it nonetheless. I'll just go out. Number one's Mickey Rourke.
Mickey Rourke.
WrestleMania 25, dude.
Wow.
Like
You've seen The Wrestler, right? We've talked about this before, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the movie, to be terrible.
Well,
I mean,
because the movie is a really indictment of professional wrestling.
It's good in certain spots. I just didn't like the ending.
Yeah, well, the ending was pretty sad, but it's got your boy in it, though.
Who?
The cat.
Oh, damn, that's right.
Yeah.
My number 5. But yeah, because first off, like he was supposed to originally fight Jericho at Mania.
Yeah.
But that whole thing blew off because of something Jericho and like they had some legit heat between him and Jericho for some Larry King interview, something like that. So that's how it ended up with like Piper, Snuka, and Steamboat against Jericho.
Yeah.
Then he calls out Mickey Rourke. He gets in the ring, and then just like knocks Jericho on his ass. Like puts a good welt on his eye. Like, I mean, it did. Like, dude, the crowd went nuts when he got in there. They went nuts when he knocked Jericho down because they wanted to see him get decked.
Yeah.
And it was good build up for the movie.
It was good build up for the movie. Yeah, no argument here. Yeah, he was hot that year too.
Was that the Iron Man 2 year?
It might. I think it was a year before the Iron Man 2 year because he was in the Wrestler, and then like we got to get this guy for Iron Man 2, which is probably the weakest of all the Marvel movies.
No, Iron Man 3 was worse.
You think Iron Man 3 was worse than Iron Man 2? Holy crap, that's another debate. We got to do a different podcast just on Marvel movies.
I'd rather watch Mickey Rourke than, Ben Kingsley as like a really crappy version of the Mandarin. Like, come on.
Yeah, okay, you got me there, but still, all the Iron Man. Anyway,
But point notwithstanding, Mickey Rourke. Like,
Mickey Rourke is number 1 in your book. Holy.
I'd like to think so. Yeah.
Well, I mean, he definitely brought a lot to this show. So anyway, next week another WrestleMania.
What do you have in mind, or do you want me to throw out some suggestions?
You can throw something out because I think at this point I've pretty much like watched all the WrestleManias up until like WrestleMania 22 or 23, and of course stopped for a little bit and then been watching the last few ones. But which one do you recommend?
Well, okay, you said you didn't see Mayweather and Big Show. Did you
Right.
watch WrestleMania 24?
What was the main event in that one?
Edge and Undertaker.
No, I did not.
You want to do that one?
Okay, we'll do that one. If I hate it, then I blame you.
Well, I mean, it's got the Flair retirement match with Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen bits and pieces of it, but I haven't seen the whole thing. So yeah, we can totally do that.
All right. Then.
Okay. Well, folks, it's been fun talking about wrestling. How much we love it, how much we hate it.
I will tell you one thing though, real quick. As far as that pay-per-view goes, you know how like Cena had those like weird entrances every year.
Yeah.
I think that one is like his best one.
Okay. Is it like all these guys on the sides doing the whole "you can't see me" thing?
No, that's the next year. This
Yeah.
one is like it's got like a high school band that like plays him out.
Oh
Like,
yeah, I think I may have seen it. I don't know. We gotta check it out.
hmm
Well, anything to add before we adjourn?
Other than the fact that I got Bash in the Beach '98 going on in the background and
Yeah.
Kevin Green's fighting the Giant.
Wow. Really? Wow. Oof. I'm envying you right now.
Nope.
Anyway, folks, so for the hashtag Wrestling Podcast, I've been Turnbuckle Jim.